Good morning, YTPC. Friday. Made it to Friday. Happy to be back with you. Coming back with another video. Uh, this morning, smoking my Mr. Bragg vodka. Haven't smoked this in a while. I love this pipe. In it, I have Sutliff Molto Dolce and coffee. I have a busy, somewhat busy day today, but it's not going to stop me from enjoying my pipe. So, last night, I was out in the garage smoking, listening to the rain. Started raining. I was really enjoying the peacefulness of it, so I didn't make a video. Um, and I started looking up some things in regards to pipe smoking. In one of the articles I found, I did not save the link. It was a very short, quick article, but I brought up in the past in some past videos about the possibility of a pipe smoking renaissance. And I, for one, I don't think that we will see pipe smoking ever, make a comeback to what it once was. But in this article, they actually were stating that it's not declining; it's actually sustaining. There's enough newer, there's enough younger people who are taking up the hobby, not only just smoking pipes, but being pipe makers, pipe carvers. That it's almost like it's not only sustaining; it's actually growing a little bit, which is good. Um, that's what we need. Yeah. If the hobby is going to survive, then our younger generation is going to need to become more aware of the hobby, take interest in the hobby, and according to this article, this short article, that is happening. So, um, I don't know what your opinion, all of your opinion is on that. Maybe it's something you can look into as well. But as I stated before, there does seem to be a lot of interest whenever I'm just sitting smoking in public, whether it be at the hotel. They're usually it's a conversation starter. It always starts a conversation. Almost always. I think it's just something, you know, we talk about this a lot with with the restrictions, um, you know, taxation, all that. Uh, the government's pretty much done everything it can to try to discourage people from the hobby, from any tobacco products, really. But it's encouraging, I think a lot of a lot of the younger people, all they know is what, you know, the government and the media basically put out there when it comes to tobacco products. Not much of it's good. So to have, you know, that situation where you have younger people actually coming over and starting a conversation with you because they are interested in your activity that you're doing, that's good in my opinion. That's what we need. The masses haven't been completely brainwashed, I guess. I just think there's a spark of optimism there is what I guess the message I'm trying to send you. I will say I have four sons and none of them at all are interested in smoking a pipe. So it really is the individual's preference. I mean, but you do have those younger people who remember either their great grandfather smoking a pipe, if they were lucky enough, to know to live, for their great grandparents to live long enough for them to remember them. There's It's out there. I remember my great grandparents. I think I got to enjoy spending time with my great grandparents up until I was probably 12 years old. My grandfather, my great grandfather, he didn't smoke a pipe, but he was a woodworker. I remember he had a shop behind his house, a wood shop, and it was really cool because it was all, nothing modern. It was all the old hand wood tools, and the man could work with his hand. I mean, by the time I knew him, he was well in his 80s, so his woodworking days were pretty much over. But I did see a lot of things that he did make with his hands that were pretty amazing. And my grandfather, my father's side, he was a smoker. Um, I know he owned pipes. I do not have a very big recollection of seeing him ever use them, but I know he smoked them. But most of the time I was ever around him, he smoked Camel Unfiltereds. He was a cigarette smoker, but he always kept a pipe in his truck. He was a farmer. Remember, he had a corncob pipe, and he had it was probably a Dr. Grabau or something. It was a cheaper briar pipe. And I remember seeing some pouch tobacco. So he would smoke, like can't remember if it what brand it was. I'm trying to think it was Captain Black, but I didn't see it around much. So I don't know if that was like kind of for his special occasion, like his actually alone time, get to chill. That's when I think because I was never, whenever I was around my grandfather, it was all of us as a family. But predominantly the one family member that is most probably that made me want to start the hobby. Thinking back in time was my uncle Jack, which was a brother of my grandfather on my mother's side. He had a pipe in his mouth all the time, and the only time we'd see him was in annual family reunion picnics, and he'd have it in his mouth the whole day. And that's what stuck in my mind. He was the coolest. To me, he was the coolest dude there, and there was a lot of cool dudes there. My grandpa had like 7 other siblings. He had like 4 brothers, 3 sisters. So anyway, I think that's one way. You know, that's one way our younger generation will keep the hobby alive. I think for us is just remember, memories like that. But the other thing that is us already in the community. That's why it's important. I think it's important, and I don't know how many people in the YTPC actually make it a point to smoke out in public. I think probably some avoid it because they don't want it. They believe there's going to be a hassle depending on the area they live in or whatever. You know, very well, could be. I think it's important for all of us to perform our hobby, do what we love in public. There's no reason why we should not be able to do that. We should not be bullied into not doing that. 2 reasons: we enjoy it, and we have, it's our God-given freedoms to do this, as long as it's, you know, legal. I guess I know it's things are a lot different now than they used to be, but also to promote the hobby, create conversation, share knowledge. That's all part of getting older, is passing on knowledge. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. It could be like woodworking. It could be, computers. It could be smoking a pipe. It could be hunting, anything. I've not had any Molto Dolce in probably well over a month. That's crazy. That tells me my tobacco stock is getting rather large, which is the entire point of what I want it that way. I like smoking something different every day. Busy street right now. All the parents are taking their kids, dropping their kids off at school. It's a private school, so there's no buses, which is nice actually. Not as noisy. If you followed me when we lived in our other house in Freeport, I probably brought it up a number of times in my videos. We had a bus driver. I swear she would fly down our street, and our street wasn't that long. It was probably maybe a block and a half long. I wouldn't know. Not even a quarter mile. And she would fly down that street in that bus. I bet there's days she's doing almost 50. And our house was toward the end of the street, so she just hit the brakes. It's like it would blow my mind how this lady is a woman would drive that bus. Well, so far my break, I should say, has been rather pleasant. I didn't do much yesterday at all. I think that's going to become a regular thing. The day after travel day, I'm not going to accomplish much because I just can't. takes a day to reboot, and then I'm good. So, beautiful morning this morning. Yesterday it was cloudy all day, rain off and on. Today it's pretty clear. I think it's going to be a nice day today. May get another video out, may not. Depends on how much I end up doing today. But uh, should probably finish this pipe and get on my way. So, hope everyone enjoyed the video. Again, want to thank everyone who comes back, checks out my channel, likes, subscribes. Even if you don't, I know there's quite a few people I think that come back once in a while and watch it, but they don't subscribe. I get that. I do that. But just want to know, everyone, I appreciate you all. And until next time, keep them lit.